I went to the farmer's market this morning with my mom and we picked up a few things, just browsed, looked around, got lunch, and I'm back home. I want to quickly go through some of the books that are newer in my collection and also some books that I plan on reading this fall. First book is a book that I already started. This is actually something I picked up, I believe, last year. Yeah, maybe sometime last year. But this one I was saving for the fall time because the cover is obviously very cozy. I also just know this book to be a cozier and comforting read. It's about human relationships set in this cafe, and this cafe offers you the opportunity to go back in time. There are certain rules that you have to follow. The main rule being that you have to come back before the coffee gets cold or else you become a ghost. It sounds a little weird or interesting, but it's just known to be a heartwarming read and just based on human relationships and things that you would want to change if you could go back in time. The next three novels that I have are newer novels in my collection. I've had these on my list for years. I know it is loved by many readers and I'm so happy that I finally have them in my own hands. This is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. It is a coming of age novel set in the 50s, I think, in a neighborhood outside of Naples. It's based on two women, or two girls, who met when they were younger, and then, you know, their friendship and everything that they go through as women. I can tell that this is a very complex story, or maybe complex relationship between the two, and that there will be a lot of conflicts involved, but I am very excited for this one. I think the most out of all the ones that I've picked up, just because I think I'm at that age where finding friendships in your 20s and girl friendships can be very hard, but they are very important to have, and I think this will be a story that maybe I can relate to a bit, or it can be totally different from my own experiences. But it's nice to just kind of read into these types of stories and relationships between different women. I do want to say I will probably read these a bit later, just because from what I know and from what I've heard, they are very painful stories that, you know, will probably make you very sad and emotional. But I'm also drawn to these two novels and Toni Morrison's writings. I am going to start with Bluest because it is her debut novel. Maybe I will love this one so much that I want to read this one right after. Lastly, I have Outline by Rachel Cusk. I've actually already briefly mentioned this in my February vlog, but I didn't have a chance to read it this summer. I feel that this is a very summery read, but I missed the chance to read it, so I think I'm going to read it this September, hopefully, since it's still not too fall yet, and I am someone who likes to choose novels based on the season. I do have more on my list that I'm saving for the fall season, but it really depends on the books that I finish early fall, and I think these three, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, My Brilliant Friend, and Outline, will be my early fall reads, and I will talk more about the actual fall books that I plan on reading / will read. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but I did get a bookcase finally. That is my bookcase that I got from IKEA. It is the Billy bookcase, and I got her in a beautiful brown, dark brown color. I have a lot of lights in my room. My room is overall very light, which I wanted it to be that way. I don't like being in a super dark interior bedroom, but I just wanted to balance it out a bit. You can tell it's kind of empty right now. I am working on it. I still don't have many physical copies of books, and now I want to start building my book collection. That's something that I just had growing up, and I want to do that for myself again. And also I plan on figuring out how I want to decorate it and make it look pretty. I will probably do that more next week. This is just what I have going on right now. I'm just gonna watch my show and eat. I'm starving. Gonna have some dumplings. Take some rice, egg. Ooh. Big pepper.
I just feel like it gives a luminosity.
I haven't used a specific color or flavor since last winter. Look at that gloss. Thanks for having me over. Oh, my makeup's gonna get on. It's so cute in here. So cozy and so you. I guess I can show my outfit. These pants are kind of big on me, so I've been pulling them up all day, but I'm wearing these like lower rise vintage flared Levi's. And this top that I thrifted a while ago. But I really like it. It's actually flattering for what it is. I think the ruffle detail is so cute. Did a bunch of shopping, but I hate how humid it is outside right now. Like, I feel so sticky, and the weather is supposed to be nice. Not today. I like your fit. This Philly's hat. Good morning, guys. It officially feels like fall today. I think it is currently 65, 66 degrees, and I am feeling very cozy. It's a little chilly, that's why I put on my big, thick jacket on, because I know I would be freezing if I was just wearing my pajamas outside.
Hello? Hi, you scared me.
A few bookshelf updates. I went thrifting this past weekend, found some really nice things that I thought would be great for my bookshelf. I already feel like it's improved and feels a lot cozier. Well, first, I already had this candle from Maison Louis Murray. I had this candle and I thought it would be really nice on top of my bookshelf since it's very minimal but aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I love the font that they use for the logo or their name, and I can't really burn the candle since I use a candle warmer, so it just melts it and re-solidifies. So the wick is no longer above the surface. I just keep it as a display piece, but I still really like it. This is what I actually found from the thrift store. I love it so much. I'm very, very happy that I found this piece. It has, I believe, a frosted rose detail, and I think that was so beautiful. I kept some matchboxes that I own and also these little travel items that I received from Detique, and I think this is probably my favorite find. It looks so good. I want to get more of these in different sizes. Moving on to my display of perfumes, I mentioned before that I wanted to find a silver tray for my perfumes. I still haven't found the right piece for my room, so I've stuck to this doily instead. It's a beige crochet doily. I did not actually thrift this one. I found this one on Amazon since I wanted one to come quick. This will make do for my display until I find a silver tray, but I also do really like this, what's going on right now. I eventually want to find a small frame that I can add right here above my shelf. I think that would be a nice touch to this little part of my wall, and I think it will tie in everything together. I don't have many art pieces. I think the small frames really will match my space. On the first shelf, these are also two thrifted items. This one I did thrift during college. I don't exactly know what this is. I think it might be some sort of vase. It has this salmon colored terracotta glaze and this flower detail that's also textured. I think the colors are so well brought out. It adds warmth, but it's also a feminine piece. Right underneath is a new thrift find. This is a vintage Georgia O'Keeffe art book, and I know that it's vintage because there's actually a very sweet message inside. It says, "Connie, this book will allow you to get to know Georgia O'Keeffe. I hope you enjoy her half as much as I enjoy and value our friendship. Merry Christmas, love, Aileen." I've been wanting a Georgia O'Keeffe art book. This one being vintage and also was a gift for someone just makes it that much more special to me. Today's scent is Aesop's Weary. I actually have not worn this one in quite a bit. I think this is very fitting for today's weather.